Hello, I'm Mackenzie Jin, and for my field trip, I chose the 9/11 Memorial and Museum in New York City, New York. For those not familiar, the 9/11 Memorial and Museum is a museum that was started in order to honor and it was dedicated to all those who lost their lives in the tragic 9/11 events of 9/11 and also those who gave their lives while trying to save others from the recovery of victims as well. It is located on 180 Greenwich Street, New York City in New York, and the website is in the link in yellow, and this is where you can get all your information on the purpose behind the memorial, why it was started, all of the victims who lost their lives that day. So, why did I choose the 9/11 Memorial and Museum? Well, I chose to choose this destination for my field trip because there are so many children who were born after the events of 9/11 and they don't remember when it happened. I myself was only a year old when it happened, so I obviously do not remember it as an event in my conscious memory. So it just is crazy. And also, we need to consider that all the students that we will be having in our future classrooms will be students who were born well after 2 decades after the events of 9/11. And so it's important to educate children on the events of 9/11 and the impact that it had on our country and how those effects and impacts were permanent. Also, it's very important for children to be aware of the events that happened in their country before they were born and how it shaped the way that things are and changed the way that things run now. So, how did I find information on the 9/11 Memorial and Museum? So, you can visit the 9/11 Memorial and Museum website. They have lots of resources for students and teachers, and it's currently a little bit different due to COVID-19, but before that, they would have tours that you could sign up for. Right now, they're doing virtual field trips, and these are experiences led by educators and tour guides over Zoom, and virtual field trips will be available and include schedules. They will offer questions to be answered, and these are all age appropriate, determined based on what age and grade the classes are that the tours are given. Programs that are provided by the 9/11 Memorial and Museum are they give virtual museum tours and they are different. They give two types of tours based on what grades the students are in. So whether they be in the grades of 3 to 5 or if they be in the middle and high school age groups of 6th grade to 12th grade. In order to book a virtual field trip, this has to be done a bit in advance. And in order to prepare for these field trips or virtual tours, you can visit the interactive timeline that they have on their website. So when it comes to admission and costs, museum admission for public would be listed as follows. So children in elementary age schools would pay about $15 if they were to go and visit this on the weekend with their parents or something like that. Children 7 and under do get in for free. However, if teachers or other educators would like to visit the 9/11 Memorial and Museum on a virtual tour via Zoom, they would have to schedule a tour, and this would cost up to $75, $150, and $225 based on how many people are going to be in the Zoom. So it does not matter particularly where the Zoom is happening, so whether it be in the classroom or some students are at home, it doesn't matter. It only matters how many people are in the Zoom link. So if a class of 30 and one teacher were to book a virtual tour, it would cost $150. So the Hawaii core standards that could be used if a field trip to New York was possible, it would be standards 3-5.2.1 and determine whether a source is primarily fact or opinion, or 3-5.4.2 respectfully ask and answer questions about the reasons others use in their arguments and explanations. 3-5.5.1 identify local, regional, or global problems or issues in various times and places. 3-5.5.2 explain different ways students could work individually or in collaboration with others to address local, regional, or global problems or issues and predict possible results of their actions. So these are all standards that can be applied to learning about the events of 9/11. So resources that are available on the 9/11 Memorial and Museum website are: they provide lesson plans for teachers to be able to use when teaching about the events of 9/11, and they also offer workshops to address the challenges of teaching such a difficult topic and being able to do so appropriately to young children. They offer tours, hands-on activities, and group discussions. Resources are not rare on this website. There are many that can be used and referenced to research all manner of information regarding the events of 9/11, anticipated problems. So virtual tours could be a bit difficult in terms of how disabled students or students with learning disabilities would be able to focus as well as if they would be able to while on a physical tour. However, the tours are meant to be still engaging. They have activities and group discussion where they allow for a question and answer type time slot during the virtual tour. And another problem that might come up is that children may not understand the reverence surrounding the event, and they may have difficulty giving the respect that this institution may demand. However, I believe that with the right and appropriate amount of teacher approach to this topic, students will be able to understand how important this memorial is and the impact that it truly did have on our country. Also, in regards to learning disabilities, children who are deaf will be able to be offered an ASL interpreter upon request. Thank you, and this is my field trip to the 9/11 Memorial and Museum in New York City, New York. More information can be found on their website, which has been given, and thank you for listening.